In this video, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of building and creating a personal brand. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been creating a personal brand for, I want to say, a year and a half now, and honestly, there have been so much benefits that are not only related to money, but just related to everything in general, your network, the people you know, connections, and just a lot of things in general. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I think everyone should build a personal brand. Stay tuned. If you guys don't already know, I'm uploading a YouTube video every single day right now, and I've been loving it. I might stoop down to a video every other day. It all depends on what the algorithm thinks and how things are moving. But with that being said, I really need you to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, because there's going to be a lot of value coming out on this channel. So what even is a personal brand? A personal brand is pretty much people like Gary Vee, Ryan Serhant, even myself. Obviously I'm not at that level, but people like that, like Jordan Belfort, Dan Pena, Grant Cardone, all those gurus, Iman Gadzhi, all those people, they have built personal brands. And pretty much, I also talk about it a bit in my book, Seeking Success. So let me actually look at that. So, like I said, I'm really reading from my book right now. Personal branding is one of those things that can go on forever. Like, to keep it short and sweet, personal branding is when you are an expert and you are essentially selling yourself. So for example, a service professional, you are selling your client on why they should use you. But when you're building a personal brand, you're selling people on why they should work with you, know you, and all that type of stuff. When creating a personal brand, you are allowing people to buy into you, which can lead into more sales. The thing with personal branding is you don't need to have one thing. When you're building a personal brand, you are the sales funnel. I'm going to quickly talk about that. And again, the rest of it you can read on my book. But what do I mean by you are the sales funnel? So when someone clicks onto my videos or they get to know me, they understand that I have multiple things to sell or multiple things to help them with. And this is pretty much means that I am the sales funnel. So for example, when someone is talking to me, I can talk to them about Forex, about real estate, about Instagram, about multiple different things that can help them out and multiple different things that I can sell them on. And here's the thing. When you are, not branding yourself, you may have things that you can help people with. Like, so for example, you may be someone who has made loads of money by trading stocks, but maybe people don't know this, and maybe you don't even know that you can literally get paid by teaching people this simple concept that you have already mastered. What you may not even know is you can make a lot of money just by teaching something that you have already mastered. So for me, something simple is growing an Instagram page and getting leads from Instagram. This is something that I've then leveraged to teach. I've had people do coaching calls, I've had people buy my course, and I've had people literally want to talk to me and get help from me because I've branded myself as such. So when building a personal brand, obviously one of the big factors is social media. You need to understand that social media is a gold mine. Again, a great video to watch is actually my video on how I've made over $10,000 with Instagram. This is in a way a part 2 of that video. So when I built my personal brand, I knew that I wanted to sell multiple things. I wanted to be the sales funnel of multiple different industries. So for me, I would consider myself in the social media one, the social media niche, the real estate niche, the personal branding niche, as well as the Forex niche and the kind of entrepreneur niche. And I know that's a lot of niches in one, but it's just something that I've really positioned myself in and something that I've made money in myself. So obviously we talked about money, but let's just talk about why personal branding is amazing in general. So for example, there are networking events that I go to, and something that I really enjoy is at some of these networking events, I'll literally walk in and I'll understand that there will be people that will come up to me and they'll say, "Hey Radies, I follow you on Instagram, I love your stuff." And here's the thing. One that is honestly so fulfilling when someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, your videos have helped me out a lot." Like for me, like that makes it amazing. Like me creating these videos, if I make money off them, cool. But when I get someone come up to me and say, "Hey, these videos help me out a lot," that really means a lot to me, and it really like makes everything worth it in a sense. And I don't want to get all emotional on here, but pretty much that's a huge benefit for me. And here's the thing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I have a red suit that I always wear. Obviously, I'm not wearing a red suit now because I'm in my house, but I have a red suit that I wear to all these networking events. And whenever I wear the red suit, it's pretty much a part of my brand now. If you notice, everything like is red. My thumbnails, they're red. My book is red. If you go on my Instagram page, you're going to see a lot of red. And the reason is I've built my personal brand with the color red, right? So a lot of people, they'll see me at networking events and be like, "Oh, you're the guy with the red suit." They'll literally just know. They'll be like, "Oh, that's the guy on Instagram with the red suit." And it's super funny too. Like one time we were at an event in Mississauga. It was a sales event. It really isn't my playing field. I was just there because I wanted to mix it up. I went there and a guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, Radies, like I follow you on Instagram. why aren't you wearing your red suit? You should have wore it. And I was like, wow, okay, this is crazy. So people pretty much associate me with the red suit. And again, it doesn't have to be a red suit. For you, it could be anything. You could be known as the guy who, I don't know, who wears a white suit, or who wears like a crazy hat, but it works, right? Again, personal branding, it allows you to create these type of little quirky things that will work out in the long run. Another thing that's amazing is when I'm building a personal brand, not only am I letting a lot of people see me, people that want to work with me, or people that have the option or the possibility or the potential to work with me, find me that way as well. So for example, I've had multiple people reach out to me wanting to film videos, wanting to work together, wanting to do things. And it's amazing because I don't have to do any of the work. Like for my real estate team as well, I literally got my first team member sign contracts and work with me literally all off Instagram, and for me building my personal brand. And that's the same with my business partners, Anything Financial, Nolan and Khalil. Those guys I've met through Instagram, through personal branding, through positioning myself and making content, putting myself out there. That's how I built my team. And again, that's just a huge positive thing about personal branding is you meet people and you make so many connections that will last a lifetime. And again, this is all because of personal branding. If I didn't brand myself, and if I didn't make these videos, and if I didn't really put myself out there, I would not have any of the connections that I have. You know, yes, you can go network in person and, you know, do all that type of thing or whatever. But in all honesty, I personally think that networking without a social presence is a waste of time. Because think about it this way. If you're networking and you don't have a social media presence, like, yes, you'll get their number, and yes, you can follow up with them and call them every now and then, but that's so pushy and that's so aggressive, and in all honesty, it just doesn't make sense for me. As opposed to if I say, oh hey, why don't you follow me on Instagram? From there, they can literally see everything that I post. They can see what I want them to see, and it's not aggressive. Like, I'm not singling them out. And so for example, like, I was at a networking event one time, and I met with someone who was in, I believe it was Primerica or something like that. And I don't condone MLMs. I will never join any MLMs. And the next day after the networking event, you know, obviously we exchanged business cards, which again, I also don't believe in. But she pretty much called me. She's like, oh, I like to follow up with people, blah, blah, blah. And again, I understand that's her job, that's her duty, and that's what she is supposed to do. But it's just so aggressive in my opinion. And I don't really understand why that's something that people should do. As opposed to this, whenever I go to networking events, I'll tell people, hey, follow me on Instagram. And from there, they'll pretty much see everything I do. And they'll reply to me and they'll say, oh, hey, love the content you're posting. And they'll say, oh, hey, like, they'll look at my videos and they'll be like, oh, this is a great video, man. Like, I'm glad that I met you. And again, it's such an interesting concept because I'm not selling them on anything. All I'm doing is telling them to follow my Instagram page. Again, personal branding is the way to go. Not only is the connections and the networking a great thing, even the money. I'll be honest, guys. I treat Instagram like a business, and I've made a decent amount of money on it. And again, you can see on my video, but personal branding just opens you up to so many different income like opportunities, right? Not only that, with personal branding, it puts you in a level of authority, right? So for example, if I had all this knowledge and I was trying to sell it without building a personal brand, I would have difficulty selling it, right? Even for my email marketing agency, in the course that I enrolled into, which I talked about before, you know, like I said, I talked about this, not in this video, but in my last video, where I talk about what I'm doing differently in a recession, I talked about how I started an email marketing agency. And here's one thing that I found. With the way that we reach out to clients or potential clients, I find that some people in the same course that I'm in, they'll reach out to clients, but they won't actually get replies because they don't have that personal brand. With me personally, I can reach out with my personal brand and leverage that and say, hey, I just don't even have to do anything because they see my personal brand and instantly authority. They see it. They're like, oh, this guy's making videos. He has over 2,000 followers. Like, this is someone who we probably want to work with. This is someone who probably knows what they're talking about. And again, needless to say, like, anyone can do this, right? Like, obviously I've been building my personal brand for a while now, but that's not to say that you can't do it either. It's a long-term game, but it is something that definitely works out. Even Gary Vee talks about how building a personal brand is one of the best things you can do in today's day and age, and I strongly believe in that. So I don't want to ramble too much around here because I'm pretty sure I could talk about different topics for hours and hours and hours. If you guys have any questions about personal branding, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to DM me on Instagram as well. Make sure you follow me on there. But without further ado, that is the end of the video. Make sure you leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks and goodbye.